American Inheritance, written and narrated by me. To me, American inheritance means inheriting a certain lifestyle, traits, and belief systems because of being born in America. These inheritances may include many positive things, however, they also include a lot of negative ones as well. The main negative part of an American inheritance is discrimination. This discrimination takes many forms such as racism, sexism, and classism. In this paper, I will give some examples of these forms of American discrimination, taken from works we have studied over the semester. The piece that I have chosen to address the American inheritance of racism is MLK's I Have a Dream speech. I chose this speech because it delves deep into the particularly American form of racism that is the result of slavery. The next work that I will be looking at is The Story of an Hour, written by Kate, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I chose this short story because it clearly reflects the theme of sexism in American inheritance, or the theme of American inheritance. The third and final topic I will be covering is classism. For the demonstration of American classism, I will be utilizing John Steinbeck's book, The Grapes of Wrath. MLK's I Have a Dream speech perfectly touches on the vital topics that are apparent in American racism. The speech goes far into how African Americans have been discriminated against throughout all of American history. For example, even in the first few paragraphs of the long speech, MLK draws upon the point that even 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, the African American people are still feeling the effects of slavery. Even 100 years after slavery has been outlawed, it's completely illegal. The African American population is still feeling, the effects of slavery and the discrimination that came from it. To represent the American heritage of women, I chose The Story of an Hour, written by Kate, I don't know her last name. I chose this because I feel that it represents women's history in the U.S. The short story does a perfect job of depicting the type of sexism that women have gone through and how they were not thought of as their own person throughout American history. This history being that, one of the American ideals is to be able to stand, on your own and be able to support yourself. But throughout U.S. history, women have not been able to do that through many not being included in the laws that allow people to do such things like vote. Another reason is that women have not been able to be contributing members of society, is the fact that up until 1920, women could not even vote in the U.S. Finally, for the last work that I chose to feature in my project is The Grapes of Wrath. I chose this book because it perfectly displayed American inheritance as far as classism is concerned. The story depicts people being turned away from work that could mean life for their family, just because they are from the South and they are looking for jobs in the North. I think this book perfectly fits because there are many moments like this that heavily portray American classism of the time. This classism is called regional classism. I don't know if that's real. I just made that up. It is still prominent in today's America. In conclusion, there are many parts of our American inheritance, some of which have affected my American lifestyle that I grew up. In particular, my belief system about the world. For example, since elementary school, there's always the saying, you can do anything you put your mind to, you can be anything you want. All of those sayings, have built me up as a person, and part of my heritage as upper middle class white male growing up is that there's a lot of things that have sort of contributed into who I am with the American inheritance, like where I'm born, just the certain nicer places, that contribute to who I am today. Thank you.